Elimination diet is the ultimate cheat code to get everything in life that you want. Money, girls, status, 1979 Boba Fett prototype action figure, you can have it all. Okay, jokes aside, if you want to get rid of brain fog, midday energy crashes and bloating and inflammation, then elimination diet is your ultimate answer. It's a process where for 2 weeks you get rid of majority of foods that cause the most of digestion problems. There are different types of elimination diets, but most popular and effective is the low FODMAP diet. Then after 2 weeks, you start to slowly reintroduce foods back to check what your body tolerates and what it doesn't. During my elimination diet, I have completely changed the way I look at nutrition and what is actually healthy for you. Many of foods that I thought were healthy and bodybuilding friendly turned out to be horrible for digestion. And the reason you should care about digestion so much is because when your digestion is disrupted, you can't absorb nutrients properly. So imagine that on paper, you eat 200 grams of protein every day, but you only absorb 100. And that is especially important on a cut when you already eat less calories. So low FODMAP elimination diet removes majority of foods that cause the most digestion problems. Protein, specifically animal-based protein, is what you will eat for majority of the diet. And that's specifically the reason why so many people who go on carnivore diets say that they feel so great and so amazing, because you can't really go wrong with unprocessed protein and fats from animal sources. The problem is, however, that you can't really build muscle that efficiently and lose fat on carnivore diet. That's because you need carbs. You actually need carbs. So if you will go on carnivore diet, I can assure for 99% that you will feel amazing and much better, but you're not gonna perform that well in the gym. That's where we are going with low FODMAP elimination diet. So as I said, protein, I was eating mostly, actually a lot of chicken organs. I would say chicken liver, chicken gizzards, chicken hearts. This is, what is this? Beef shoulder. Of course, eggs from my grandma, lean cut steaks, even some chicken breast, even though I was like so against the chicken breast because it has no nutrients. But if I'm already getting so many nutrients from red meat and organs, I think I will be fine eating some chicken breast because I enjoy it. And I have 10% lean beef. You can also add lamb, veal, and bison, but these meats are more expensive and I don't have that much money to spend on food all the time. So if you just stick to eggs, 10% lean beef and chicken hearts or chicken gizzards, you will get so many more nutrients at fraction of a cost. Because let's just take chicken hearts and chicken liver. These organs are around 5 times cheaper than beef steak, but they also have more nutrients. But the thing with chicken liver is you can't eat it every day because otherwise you'll just get vitamin A toxicity and your liver will tell you goodbye. But other than that, if you eat chicken liver 2-3 times per week, you will be fine. Steaks in this situation aren't really necessary. Steaks were just sold to us by carnivores because, I don't know, I guess they profit from selling more steaks. But it has a lot of nutrients, yes, definitely more than chicken breast, but it's 5 times more expensive than chicken heart. And I genuinely love chicken hearts. It's an amazing meal. Then we go to carbs. Majority of my carb sources is white rice. Me and my rice. I just love it. How can you not eat something with that label on? Just look at this guy. So white rice is probably 70-80% of my carb sources, and I absolutely love it. If you're worried about calories, just stick more to sweet potatoes or white potatoes. I tried white potatoes and they are absolutely disgusting. I'm not gonna lie, absolutely disgusting, because on elimination diet you can't have any sauces at all, no sauces, and white potatoes were just always so dry, and it was just disgusting feeling. Like, really, just go for sweet potatoes. They're more expensive, have more calories, but it's really worth it. So mainly just white rice, that should be the majority of your carb sources. Sweet potatoes, zucchini, kiwi, frozen strawberries, frozen wild blueberries, and rice cakes, and go only with rice cakes. Don't go for corn cakes, even though you may think it's something similar. No, there's actually a huge difference in the FODMAP diet. For wild blueberries, they are kind of expensive, but you absolutely have to go for specifically wild blueberries, not farm raised, not farm, yeah, I guess it's raised, not farm grown blueberries, even though wild ones are around 60% more expensive than farm raised blueberries, but they have 2 to 3 times more nutrients, right? So you pay 60% more, but you get 3 times more nutrients. So I think it pays off, and you're fine when you eat just 40 grams per day. That's already enough. That's already enough. So as you see, very simple. Oh, and also cantaloupe melon. I also love cantaloupe melon. I just finished my eating a couple of days ago, so I haven't bought a new one, but melons, absolutely amazing. Don't go for the honeydew. Honeydew is higher on the FODMAP and cantaloupe is lower, so always go for the cantaloupe, even though cantaloupe is more expensive. But as you see, very, very simple and very, very efficient. And specifically rice. Then I honestly, in last 2 weeks, I fell in love with white rice. It's just so good. Even though everyone is telling to like switch to brown rice because it has more nutrients, it's less processed, but it's very difficult on your digestion. It is really very, very difficult on your digestion. And I was always skeptical to eating carbs as a breakfast, as my first meal, because I don't want to get that post-breakfast crash when I'm supposed to be the most efficient, the most mentally sharp when I'm working. So my breakfast was always just protein and fats, but now I realize I can safely add white rice, specifically with this sweet bold guy, and I will be actually fine. I'm not gonna have any crash. I'm not gonna have any brain fog. I just really fell in love with white rice. I can't express how much I actually love this, because it's digested so easily and so fast. It has absolutely no disruption on my digestive system. So I really love this. And if you're avoiding carbs because you don't want to get any like visceral fat, brain fog, or no energy crashes, white rice is genuinely the solution. You just have to make sure that you are not overeating carbs without sufficient fats and proteins, because white rice is higher on the glycemic index, around 70 to 80. So if you have too much of that, your insulin will spike and then crash. And that's where you can also get the brain fog. So even though these foods are super, super safe to avoid all of the brain fog possible, if you overdose with carbs and have too little protein, too little fats, your insulin will still crash. Majority of fats will already come from the meat and eggs, but on top you can also always add olive oil. Olive oil has been amazing. Also add some butter or ghee butter. There's no really difference between regular and ghee butter. For cooking specifically, I use olive oil on the normal pan, on the non-stick pan, and on stainless steel you have to use something with higher burning point, some voodoo magic. So just use avocado oil. Avocado oil has been amazing on the stainless steel. If you're cooking only on the stainless steel, I think you're supposed to use only, I don't know what. I know for sure that on stainless steel you can use avocado oil, so just buy this one. I'm not sure about the beef tallow. I can't get any beef tallow and it's super expensive. I just wouldn't go for that. And also I cook on the coconut oil. So these things I use for cooking, and then olive oil and regular butter I use for eating. Now for spices, that's really all you can have. It's a salt and black pepper. That's really it. You can't have any other spices, specifically no onion, no garlic spices, no chili, nothing. So just invest into more expensive salt. I have this pink Himalayan salt. You can also have sea salt, but for sea salt, and specifically for the one that is gray, the salt that is white has already been like washed out from minerals that you need. So I'm actually abusing quite a lot of salt, because I can't have any other spices, I can't have any sauces, and my meals from the food that I show you are pretty blank, to be honest. Pretty blank. First 2 days, it was like complete meh. My food had almost no taste because I'm, I would say, below of an average cook. So I was just spamming a lot of salt, and don't be afraid of salt. Salt is actually your friend. Especially if you're working out and you sweat a lot, you need more salt to replenish your electrolyte balance, right? So add this wherever you can. Now for supplements, the most important thing I can tell you is to have no flavor at all. Supplements without any flavor, like no additives, no sweeteners, no nothing. There has to be no color, there has to be absolutely no flavor. So obviously the most important one, creatine, 5 grams daily, and on the days that I do work out, I take 10. Then collagen for the gut lining and for skin. Trace mineral complex. It's just to put into your water for more electrolytes, but it has no electrolytes themselves. Like for electrolytes, you need sodium and potassium. It has none of them. So this was absolute waste of money. We'll never buy it again. Now, the most important one is your actual electrolytes. They have no flavor. In fact, they taste kind of disgusting. I bought the cheapest one from the nearest pharmacy. That's how you know they're gonna be good. If you are buying electrolytes that have like orange flavor, lemon flavor, any of the flavors, that's not really electrolytes. That's a lemonade drink. You can't have any of that. So just go to your nearest pharmacy and select the cheapest electrolytes possible, and aim for the ones that have twice sodium over potassium. When you have more sodium, it actually makes you hold on to water and accumulate water, but don't be afraid of that. You're not gonna become puffy as long as you get enough potassium. Because if you are sweating, if you're actually actively training in the gym, you need more sodium. Then I have from the same pharmacy, cheapest potassium, no flavor. Then I have dextrose, something that I discovered recently, because previously, before the elimination diet, my typical pre-workout snack, like right before the gym, right, like 5 minutes before the gym, my typical snack would be dates and honey. You can't have these two on elimination diet. So to switch to something, I went with dextrose. Dextrose is basically just a simple sugar. The thing is, it's good. It's really good. Either take half of the scoop before workout and then half of the scoop as your intra-workout drink. It's really amazing. I could tell you it's really amazing. It's around 7 euros per kilogram, so around $8.5 per 2 pounds, something like that. Really great addition. And last two, I have beta-alanine and L-citrulline, also no flavor at all. Then we go to caffeine. Ideally, you shouldn't have any caffeine at all. Not because it disrupts digestion or any of that, but because it increases your stress levels, it increases cortisol, and when you have elevated cortisol, it's kind of like disrupts your digestion, because when you have elevated cortisol, you're switching to that fight or flight mode versus rest and digest. But if I would have eliminated caffeine, I would have eliminated all of the will to live, to be honest. And I was always a big fan of matcha. I was drinking matcha for the last 1.5 years, completely changed my life, eliminated my need for coffee. But around 1 week ago, I started trying yerba mate. I think I say it right. It's like a green tea from South America. Also very amazing. You kind of need to have, but don't really need to have, like this thing where you put the green leaves, pour hot water, and just sip it. Also very nice. You can also go for coffee, just don't go for the instant coffee. Instant coffee is highly processed and very bad for you. So I would always prefer matcha and green tea over coffee. So if you want to try an elimination diet on yourself, just take a screenshot of what you can eat in here, and here is what I was eating specifically.